Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hey everybody, welcome back to a brand new Cabral Concept. Excited to get into this new week of the show. And of course, starting the week with our Mindset and Motivation Monday. One of the topics that I've been really meaning to get to is this whole thing about morning routines. This is so important to begin to understand that, and I think it's also why it's so popular when you see people sharing with you their morning biohacking routines or whatever it may be. So maybe you've heard about it, maybe you've seen it lately, but it definitely is getting more popular. People talking about doing cold plunges in the morning, saunas in the morning, red light in the morning, meditation in the morning has been popular for many, many years. But I think that the reason why they're sharing these things with you is because many of these people are successful in their own right. And they're saying, hey, one of the reasons why I'm successful is I'm doing X, Y, and Z every single day or every single morning in order to start my day. But the interesting thing is this: if you look across all these different types of successful people, some wake up at 7, some wake up at 8 a.m., some wake up at 4 a.m., right? So it's okay, well, there's not an exact time to wake up. Then some people do sauna in the morning, some people work out in the morning, and some people do more of the softer based, I call them arts or martial arts and things like that. They might be doing meditation or qigong. Okay, so is it hard exercise? Is it high intensity interval training? Is it sauna? Is it cold plunge? Or is it something softer and quieting of the mind, like maybe a podcast or a meditation or a video, something that inspires you in that way? Well, there doesn't seem to be exactly one particular way of doing it. And so then we look at, okay, well, is it a certain type of person or a certain type of industry that leads to this, that, and the other thing? And I'm telling you right now that there is not. And I'm not saying this in a way to discourage you from creating a morning routine, because every single, in my opinion, well, at least 99 out of 100 successful people have a morning routine. They have a way of doing things every single morning, and that is what's important. The thing itself is not necessarily what is so important, meaning I have my morning routine. I'm going to share more with you that in the future, absolutely. But what I'm going to tell you is this, is that my morning routine doesn't have to be your morning routine. My morning routine is more because I have certain priorities in my life, and that is why I do those specific things. And those specific things, though, allow me to live the life that I'm looking to live. So let me just give you an example, and then I'm going to help you get into your routine and why it is my opinion that you have to get the mornings right. I actually don't believe that there's anything more important than how you start your day. And so I'm going to develop this thesis with you, and I hope that by the end of the show, not only do you agree, but you begin to then take action on how you're going to develop your early morning routines, meaning when you first wake up. Again, that is the crucial part of the day. Great days are built. Again, we're going to get into that. But here's the thing. So if I have a goal, and I've always said this to you before, choose just one area at first to start to lock in on for what you want to achieve in your life. So it can be relationships, right? If that's the number one thing you need to work on, great. So focus on that. Or maybe it's career or finances, or maybe it's your health, or maybe it's body transformation, or maybe it's spirituality, right? So you're going to choose one, and that is what you're going to lock onto when you first wake up. Now, it's not the only part of your day, but you need to make sure that, hey, if the rest of the day gets away from you, you still worked on the most important priority in your life right now. Now, it can change. Again, if you've heard my shows in the 12-week year, you know that I recalibrate every 90 days, and we're coming back into that recalibration this month. We'll do a show on that as well. So here's the thing, though. So I know for me is if my health is where I need it to be. And it has now been for many, many years. I'm very thankful for that, because I had 10 years of very, very poor health. And I didn't even know it, but during my childhood, dealing with allergies and insomnia And all that's not normal. Like that's not healthy, especially for a child, right? So I didn't even know it back then, but now that I know what true health is, and I got so sick from 17 years old to 27 years old with autoimmune issues and all sorts of blood sugar dysregularity, adrenal issues, etc. I never want to go back to that. But I also realized that I had no energy back then. I wasn't in a good mood. I wasn't happy. I was angry. And my entire life suffered because of it. All the other areas, right? The body, the health, the relationships, the spirituality, all suffered because of my health. That's why I'm just telling people right now, if you don't have your health, it's really what you need to focus on, because I'm a happier human because I got healthier, right? I have better relationships because I'm healthier. And the reason is I'm going to be honest with you, is because I have energy. When you have no energy and you're exhausted all the time, it's a difficult task to be happy. It's a difficult task to be a good human being. It really is, because you're so exhausted. Think about it. Think about a day where you were just exhausted. Well, think about every day of your life is like that. It's miserable, right? So get back your health, whatever that is for you, get it back. But so for me, I just know, like, listen, if I'm healthy, I'm happy. And then I can make my relationships great. I can make my spirituality where it needs to be. I can exercise. I can eat well because I'm healthy, right? And like that's the big thing. And so for me, I stay locked in on that. I stay focused on that. So right away, again, I wake up earlier than the rest of my family. I take care of me first. So many people in this world have been taught that you shouldn't take care of you, that you should sacrifice everything you are and everything that you want to be for everyone else. I'll tell you right now, that's a recipe for misery in your life. So what I do is this: I realize that I need to take care of me for everybody else. Who else is taking care of me, right? Like that's how I look at it. Oh yes, absolutely. I have my wife, I have my daughters, I have my parents. Fortunately, I have good people around me. They're not with me 168 hours a week, right? I'm with me 168 hours. I need to make me happy. But the nice thing is this: it doesn't take a whole lot of time, right? It doesn't. I give myself that quiet time in the morning to be able to do what I need to do, to focus on just easing into the day, not starting the day too wildly, too quickly. I do my morning exercises, my breath work, a lot of things that I'm going to be talking about in the future. And then here's the thing: when my family wakes up, my daughters wake up, by the time it's 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock, it's their time now, right? But the nice thing is I've already had mine. So I'm very happy to now make sure that my daughters have everything they need getting off to school. I can help in any way that my wife needs me to. And then after that, sure, I start my work. And then what's my work? Well, my work then is trying to be the best version of me that I can be for my team and for everyone in our global health-based community. But again, I'm trying to serve to the best of my ability. So that is why, though, I'm happy and I feel good about doing those things, because I've already had a little bit of me time and I've already started my day in a way to set me up for success. Right? I truly believe this. I see so many people unhappy, and I'm telling you right now, they started their day that way. There's just no doubt about it. So few people end up having a bad day that started their day well. Now, it does happen. I'm not going to say it doesn't. I can't say that for sure. I have bad days. There's no doubt about it. I always tell you too, if I'm having a bad day, I say the same thing to my wife. I always tell her that is like, okay, like today was not a good day. It just wasn't a good day. Like that's just the way that it is. I'm not going to try to make it a good day. Like it wasn't a good day. And here's the thing: I'm going to get to bed early because tomorrow's a new day and tomorrow's going to be a great day. Like I just literally say that to myself. I no longer necessarily try to fix the day. I don't take it out on other people. It is what it is for that day. Now, if I start to have that day every day like that, or more days than not, well, then it's on me. Like something in my life is not where it should be, and anywhere that I can exert control over it, I'm going to do that. Not try to control the entire world. I'm going to control what I can control, or what I have an effect over. And I'm telling you right now, I have an effect over when I can wake up in the morning, right? It can be before the rest of my family. It just can be. Now, you might not have that ability, okay? I totally understand that. But here's the thing. You have to be able to get a little bit of time to yourself, or at least a routine, in order to set your day up for success. That is why when you see people talking about their morning biohacking routines, their supplement routines, their hydration routines, their sauna routines, whatever it might be, it's what's working for them. Now, other people try to mimic other successful people's morning routines, I have no problem with that. If you don't have your own, you can absolutely adopt someone else's in order to see if it sticks for you. But don't be upset if it doesn't stick for you, because it may not just be aligning with what your values are. Again, my health values are my health values, and I just simply do what I need to do in order to be able to maintain those. Do I do my whole workout routine in the morning? No, I don't. But I do get my body moving. I do get my blood circulating, and do get my lymphatic system moving. And I get ready for the day. It's one of my big secrets of success. Again, I've shared that before in the past, but it tells my brain and body that we are not going to have a lazy day. We're not. Like, we are getting up, we are getting ready, we are going to take advantage of this day. It's a great day. I always say this, like, listen, I get today. I don't have to do today. I get today. It's an opportunity for me to do more of what I want with my life. And again, just like you, I don't get to do everything I wanted every hour of my life. I have many health-based companies that I'm in charge of. I have 2 daughters. I have my wife. I have a 100-plus-year-old French bulldog that takes an inordinate amount of time for me to be able to take care of, along with my wife. But again, we do it because he's been a great family pet. And we're not going to abandon him towards the end of his life. So he forces us to get up early. He forces us to walk him every few hours. He's just, that's the stage he's at in his life. But again, I am not able to even look at that and be like, okay, I have to wake up at 4:30 today to take him out for a walk. Why is it not that upsetting though? It's because I'm setting my frame of mind up for what it is that I'm looking to get out of the day. So what I share with you is this. This is not for everyone, and it certainly was not for me in the beginning. I'm telling you right now, I was the person who used to meditate in the morning and then just fall back to sleep. And that's because I was completely exhausted. But I had to do something, and I had to start somewhere. So I'm guaranteeing you that the morning routine that you start with today will be radically different 1 year from now, and that's okay. However, that thought process often stops people from even getting started in the beginning, because they're like, well, if I don't get it perfect, then what's the point in even getting started? Well, the point in getting started is that you don't know what perfection will ever look like until you begin to take the first step. It's like that for anything. Once you realize the beauty in that, you don't have to be a perfectionist like I used to be. You don't have to think you're even going to get it right. And you also understand that whatever it is and whoever you are today, it's going to change a year from now. And that's also the amazing part, right? Someone was talking to me the other day, just a new friend that I had met, and they're a little bit older, and they were saying to me, it's really great that you're able to reach this many people with the podcast. And of course, I was very thankful and appreciative that they were saying those things. And that's how we first started getting into chat about it, is because they read my book, they listened to the podcast. And I said, listen, I'm not telling anyone or saying to anyone that anyone, including myself, has everything figured out. No, I don't. What I dedicate my life to is the journey of figuring it out. Will we ever get there? No. I mean, it's part of the mystery of life. I mean, that's it. Like, we don't even know everything that's going on in the world around us, why we're necessarily here, what we are doing. We have faith. We believe. We try to serve our fellow human being. We do things, and especially in just my foray, which is health, to the best of our ability, right? I've learned a lot. I've read a lot. I've studied a lot. I've traveled a lot. And I try to share that with other people. But this is an unfolding. And I hope to get better for you and for myself in another year from now, in another year after that, because I'm going to continue to push the envelope on what is possible in terms of overall health, but in a safe and a natural-based way. So in the beginning, though, I'm telling you right now, I wasn't able to put together this morning routine. I was tired waking up. I was all of these different things. But the thing is, I set a priority. I knew what I wanted to have happen. I wanted to have better days. I wanted to be happier. I wanted to be healthier. And I knew I had to start my day without just racing and being stressful as to what the first thing was going to be and the second thing. And the day isn't yours. You have to start the day, and the day has to be yours to start with. If you do that, you're going to have happier days. So here's the thing, though. In the beginning, you have to force it. You probably heard the term before, you have to fake it until you make it. It's absolutely true. It really is. It's going to feel forced. It's going to feel fake. It does not matter. But that is what stops so many people from doing it. They're like, oh, this isn't for me. This doesn't feel natural. Nothing new ever feels natural. Like ever at any point. When you're an adult, everything that you're doing different is literally like swimming upstream against a current. It is not easy. It is new for you. Your mind is already made up. You don't want to learn new things. You don't want to do new things because it takes effort. And you're already stressed. You already have so many things to do. But you still have to do it. That's the bottom line. Like if you want your life to be different than it is today, and it was last week and the week before that, you have to do something different. Because if you don't do something different, you already know what your life is going to be like. Now, if that's great, then keep on doing it. That's the point of getting into a good morning routine. Once it's great, you keep on doing it. Yeah, you can level up a little bit, level up a little bit. But until it's there, well, you've already predicted what your life is going to be. Tomorrow's going to be more of the same. Next week, more of the same. Next month, more of the same. A year from now, more of the same. Could be even worse, though, because it's just going to move in that direction. My goal for you isn't necessarily to do a 180 overnight, but it is to begin to change. The first step is controlling the mind. It's always controlling the mind. It's always mindset. The mindset will allow you to do the things that you need to do to get the life that you want. And when bad days happen, it will also allow you to realize that it's one day. That's it. Tomorrow is a new day. And tomorrow can and will hopefully be different. So again, you have to fight against mediocrity. You need to fight against your current narrative. And that's what you believe your life to be. You need to begin to believe your life can be something else, even better than it is right now. And if it's not going well for you right now, well, okay, mine wasn't either before, but now it is. I'm a different human being in both mind and body, and so can you. Again, I don't have any special powers. Certainly don't have any special genetics, right? What I was able to do was simply latch onto something and to say, hey, this has worked for other people. Seems to work for a lot of people. Not working for me so far, but I need to do something different. I needed to copy a blueprint or a formula that other people seem to do that gets them off on the right foot, that gets them started for a day full of success. And that's what I did. And it took me months and years to develop exactly what I wanted. And when people hear months and years, they're like, well, that sounds like a lot of work. No, it's not. The time is going to pass anyway. You're doing something in the morning anyway. So you need to choose something. And I always recommend whatever it is that you need that's on your highest priority. If you need to transform your body, you're doing a workout first thing in the morning. Like that's the thing that you need to do. If you're someone that's lower mood and lower energy, well, if your cortisol levels are okay, you're just lower mood, lower neurotransmitters, you're doing an exercise or workout as well. Or maybe you're doing a sauna. You're doing something to get that body moving first thing in the morning so that you can use the body to change the mind because it does work. You can use your physiology to change your psychology. You absolutely can. That's proven beyond a shadow of a doubt in psychology and our obviously biology as well. And it's proven over and over in terms of depression-based medication versus exercise. I'm not telling you to come off your medication. What I am saying is exercise works. We need to start to incorporate that a little bit more. But if you're studying for a certification, you're studying for a new job, you're doing like that, well, then you can use your morning for that as well. My recommendation, though, is you start with a little bit of, even if it's the same video, the same page in a book, the same podcast, that you listen to that every single day when you first wake up. That's what I did. I kind of still do it to this day. I motivate myself every single morning. I'm always listening or watching something motivational, always, while I'm getting ready. Like, that's it. I start my day already saying, hey, I'm not going to leave this to chance. I'm going to right away get myself into that right mindset. So I listen to something motivating right away. And then I'll often read something motivating. I might revisit my goals as well. Again, I'll share my morning routine in the future. But I just believe that life is too short and too important to just wait for the right outcome or the right feeling. Too often we say, well, again, when that feeling strikes, I'll know it. That's when I'll begin my new morning routine. That's when I'll begin my new workout. That's when I'll start studying for my next certification, my next whatever it might be. Don't wait for that. It just doesn't come. It really doesn't. Or you might have it for a day and the next day you don't. You can't leave these things to chance. Your life is just far too important. I've also found this, that many people in life, and again, I was one of those people too, so I can say it, but some people just have bad attitudes. They do. They have bad attitudes. But I'm telling you right now, that bad attitude begins in the morning. You wake up already stressed, already saying to yourself, I didn't get enough sleep. I didn't get enough of this. I've got this to do. I've got that to do. And you're always focused on all that future anxiety, right? Or the past issues you had, even a bad night's sleep the night before. You need to start living in that moment. You really do. Like literally, okay, well, how do you feel right now? Like, are you okay right now? If you didn't think about this, you didn't think about that, would you be okay right now? And I'm not saying that you don't have to face certain obstacles during the day. You do. But let's focus on right now. Because those bad attitudes lead to bad days. Bad attitudes certainly develop right in the morning. So what do you need to do? Well, at least when you wake up out of bed, nothing's happened yet. So start with a good attitude. Start with thinking like, hey, today could be a good day, right? And if you start to create a routine and you start to have a great morning, right? You start to create a great morning routine. That's the start to a great day. It's also the start to a great attitude, because you're changing your mindset as to someone that is actually taking control of their life. That is someone that is acting and being the individual that wants to achieve the certain goal or life that they've dreamed of. So now you're actually doing the things that you need to do to get the outcome that you want. And I'm telling you right now, it all starts in the morning. It's too hard to recover later in the day. You can do it. I'm not saying you can't, but it starts with a great morning routine. And that great morning routine, it's all about the mind. Hopefully today's show was helpful. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning into the Cabral Concept. Appreciate you being a part of this global health community. I'll talk with you soon. Take care. Have an amazing day. Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues? After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my health results accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to stephencabral.com/courses.